Spirituality is the connection we ought to seek with something bigger than ourselves. Spirituality also signifies meaning and direction to a person's life and help them deal with unfavorable circumstances that may happen. For some, spirituality involves the belief in a higher power or specific religious practice, and for other people, it involves experiencing a sense of connection to a higher state or a sense of interconnectedness with the rest of humanity and nature, like seeking meaning and purpose in life and experiencing compassion and empathy for others. The Christian understanding of spirituality is not just having an encounter with the divine other, but having a deep personal and intimate relationship with God. The experiences and transformation that we have gone through too because of our relationship with Him, and the praise, worship, and devotion that we offer to God.
A spirituality of communion invites us to put a mutual and constant love before all church activities in order to render them truly Christian and fruitful lives. It is a trust and awareness, a prayer and acceptance that God's love is really present when we witness the sacramental reality of Holy Communion. Through our spiritual communion, the reality of Jesus and the Father's transformative love is operative and present in our minds and our hearts. The simplest and easiest way to interest others spiritually is through the life we live. When our spiritual qualities radiate in our daily lives, other people would rather wanted what we have and wanted to know how they can be like them. Dialogue helps us to break down the barriers in communication and utilize peace and unity in our world. When engaging with others, we were promoting communication rather than violence and being silent. We should also listen to their dialogue with respect and acknowledge their point of view.
We can share the Christian spirituality and culture by listening to them. We should listen to understand and value their different views. We should show them that we are here to listen because that is what Christians do. We should allow them to speak without judgment, and that way we can have a better interpersonal relationship with them. We can share the Christian spirituality and religion by being more understanding with one another. We should show respect the way we want to be respected. We need to accept that we are all entitled to our own spiritual needs. We can also pray for them to show our genuine love and concern. Let them see that even though we have different religion from one another, we can still pray together as one. And lastly, we can share the Christian spirituality in the poor by showing generosity and kindness. We should always extend our hand to those who are in need. Let our God use us to be His instrument, show how God blesses us by being a blessing to other people. We may be divided by culture, religion, and status in life. We should always remember we are still one with the eyes of our Creator.
Hi, it's Kate Q&A segment. So I use my Instagram followers to ask me some related questions related to spirituality of truth and spirituality of mercy. So the first question is, what is spiritual truth? In the Bible verse, Jesus Christ stated that in John 8:32, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." It just means that God the Creator itself gives you a choice to find your truth, share your truth, practice your truth, and live your truth, and just be true to anything you do. So give one example of spiritual truth that you know. In the Bible, Adam and Eve were being punished and expelled from the Garden of Eden into a fallen and cursed world where they would suffer and eventually die. So the result of our sins comes up with suffering and death. Some is from our personal sins. This sin and suffering were not caused by the will of God, but when He created Adam and Eve in His own image, He gave them His divine nature that included two abilities. First is they could love, because love can be given freely. And the second was Adam and Eve were given the privilege of freedom where they could choose to do the right thing or the wrong thing. So the next question is, how do you promote spiritual truth? I promote spiritual truth by always doing the right thing and avoid sins that can cause harm to you. What is the deepest truth that you have discovered in your life? So far, living in this life is hard, but I have learned that many people just use you when they need something, but when you're the one who's in need, they just forget you. Hi, so I'm back. And our next question, Q&A segment is related to spirituality of mercy. So the first question is, what is the meaning of mercy? There are two kinds of mercy. The first is the expression where you feel surprise or fear. And the other one is showing forgiveness within one's power to punish or harm, according to dictionary. And the second question is, what is the difference of corporal works of mercy and spirituality of mercy? So the corporal works when you feed the hungry or donate something to the poor and give alms to the poor and bury the dead, visit the imprisoned and shelter the sick. So, and the other one is the spiritual works of mercy, is the instruct the ignorant, counsel the doubtful, bear wrongs patiently, pray for the living and dead, comfort the sorrowful. It just means that you need to be patient and choose your own direction of doing the right things, and when you choose to do the right things, you learn from it. So the next question is, what are the mercy values that taught you in your theology class and how do you promote it? So the mercy values that I have learned in my theology class is respect, hospitality, justice, compassion, and service. It means that I have experience in doing this kind of things, especially during my last school years. And I have learned that donating and giving other people is fun. And when you give something to them, they will easily appreciate it. So I had fun learning and giving to those who are in need, because I love giving and sharing my things to other people. Thank you.